it's Becky, and today's practice is just going to be a sweet little flow, a good morning flow, if you will. And we'll be hitting all the tight spots from your shoulders, your spine, your hips. And let's get started in child's pose. So, coming to hands and knees. Bring your knees about hip distance apart and press your hips backward. Rest your forehead on a block or your mat. And you can stretch your arms out in front of you or bring them behind you. Another option is to bring your knees wide apart and keep your big toes together. So there's many ways to set up child's pose. Use this time to ground down, focusing on the space just between your brow. Inhale through your nose, feel your body expand. Exhale slowly through your nose. Do that one more time. Deep breath in. Exhale slowly. Stretch your arms out in front of you, bringing your hands close enough together so that your thumbs are touching. This brings the stretch into your lats, and the space around your shoulders. Press your body to the side and then to the other side, keeping your hands still. You'll feel the stretch go down into your ribs, between the ribs, and deeper into the lats. You even feel this in your low back, just a little side-to-side motion. The next time you come center, come all the way up to hands and knees. Spread your fingers wide, bring your knees about hip distance apart. Hands will be located right under your shoulders. For cat-cow practice, press the mat away, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin to your chest, round your back up. As you inhale, neutralize your spine, then lift your tailbone, lift your gaze. Keep your elbows slightly straight. Exhale, tuck, tone your belly, press your back up, tuck your chin. Inhale, lift your tailbone, lift your gaze. Your belly will naturally drop. Stay here. Press your hands down into the ground and think about dragging your palms toward your knees. You'll feel the stretch intensify in your abdomen. As you exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your tail, press your back up. Press your palms down and try to tear the mat apart with your hands. You'll feel your outer shoulders begin to activate. Putting that all together, inhale to cow tilt. Lift your tailbone, lift your gaze, drag your palms toward your knees. You'll notice they don't move, it's just the muscular action. Tuck your chin, tuck your tail. Try to pull your hands apart, tear the mat apart in the cat. Neutral spine, neutral table. Gaze over your shoulder. Bring your hip over so that you can see it. And then reverse. Gaze over opposite shoulder, move opposite hip. Begin to wag your tail and gaze over the same shoulder. This is lateral movement for your spine. A nice stretch for your low back and bringing some strength into your obliques. Press your palm down and drag it towards your knee as you gaze over your shoulder. Same hand, same shoulder. Come to neutral spine. Tuck your toes. Press to downward facing dog. Let your head be free. Spread your fingers wide. Walk your dog with bending one knee and then the other. Again, wiggle your head. Let everything out. Keep your fingers apart. Nice, strong hands. Keep your dog quiet. Hold your dog. Press your palms into the ground. Try to tear the mat apart. Relax. Press down and then try to press your mat forward. You'll notice how your downward dog changes. Stay here. Try to tear the mat apart with your feet. Lift your tailbone slightly. Let your head wiggle around. And release from the activity. Gaze forward. Walk forward. Come to a forward fold. Just staying upside down for another few moments. Wiggle out your hands. Shake it all. Keep your knees soft. Walk your hands to the outside of your foot. And then reverse. If your fingers don't touch the ground, just walk your hands to the outside of your shin. Stay in the forward fold, shake your head, walk your feet apart about hip distance. Bend your knees, walk your hands onto your thighs. Straighten your elbows, your body will come up a little higher. Rock backward onto your heels, lift your toes, and look at your toes. Press just your big toe down, and then try second toe, third, fourth, and pinky. Reverse. Lift your pinky, your fourth, third, and big toe. Scrunch your toes, lift your toes, scrunch them, and lift them. This is very good for your toe joint articulation, especially if your family has arthritis in its history. Wiggle your toes. Make sure most of the weight is in your heels, and now your body is ready to stand up. Face your monitor. Open your arms to the sides. Spread your fingers wide. Bend your elbows. Touch your fingertips behind you. Press your elbows and your hands backward. You'll feel a stretch across your chest. Keep your fingers wide apart and slowly lower your elbows down toward your waist. Once your elbows are in, straighten your arms. Press everything backward, keeping your arms straight, stretching the biceps, the palms, space across your chest, maybe gaze up. If you're grasping the floor with your toes, relax your toes. Gaze forward. Bend your elbows into your waist. Slowly raise your bent elbows up until your fingertips touch behind your head. Do this one more time. Slow motion, pressing everything backward. And bend. Lift. Interlace your hands behind your head. Try to tear your fingers apart. This places your wrists in traction. Feels good for your wrist joint. Hold here. Side bend. Press your elbow so that it goes up. Slide your hands behind your head so your elbow goes up. You'll feel the stretch accentuate in the long side. Inhale, come to neutral. As you exhale, come to second side. Press your head back slightly. If this is too much for your shoulder joint, accommodate that feeling. You don't have to look how this looks. Just work from where you are today. One more time each side. This is getting deeper into the lats. This time, lift your chin. Maybe gaze up towards your elbow, toward the ceiling. You'll feel the stretch deepen. Engage your glutes to stabilize your spine. Inhale, coming up. Switch sides. Engage your glutes. Relax your toes. Lift your heart. Lift your chin. Inhale, up. Open your arms to a T. Bring your fingertips behind your back. You can interlace your hands here. I will turn to the side so you can see. Once your hands are interlaced,
Straighten your elbows if that feels okay for your shoulder. Press your palms together. Release just your pointer fingers, crossing your thumbs. We practice mudras in yoga, or hand positions. This mudra is Kali mudra, and it's believed to stave off negative mindset and negative behavior. Is there something in your life that you can face today with a new, uplifted heart, compassionate viewpoint? Maybe raise your arms further off your back. Try to tear your fingers apart. This will engage the muscles behind your shoulders, helping open up your pecs. Tone your belly. Bend your knees, forward fold. Lifting your arms off your back or keeping your hands on your back. It doesn't matter. Let your head go. Release your fingertips to the ground. Shake it out. Inhale, come up halfway. Plant your palms on your thighs. Exhale, forward fold. Stand up slowly, reaching forward. Bring your palms together, thumbs on your heart. Inhale, sweep your arms down. Gaze up. Interlace your hands behind your back. Lengthen through your elbows, forward fold. Try to tear your hands apart, engaging the muscles behind your shoulder. Release your fingertips to the ground. Inhale, come up halfway. Bend your knees slightly to help take the pressure off your back. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands forward to downward facing dog. Pedal out your dog. Continue to walk your feet backward until you come to plank pose. In plank, press your hands into the ground. Engage through your shoulders, round up through your upper back. Press your heels backward. Drop your knees to the ground. Untuck your toes. Slowly come down to the ground. Inhale to cobra. Dig your elbows into the side. Squeeze your feet together. Toenails on the ground. Bring your hands off the ground. Keep your elbows in, warming up the back. Press your palms down. Press your hips back to child's pose. Lengthening through your hands. Straighten your elbows if that feels okay. Press your body to the side and then to the other side, keeping your hands where they are. Come center. Up to table, neutral spine. Tuck your toes. Press your hips up to downward facing dog. Walk out your dog. Look forward. Walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, come up halfway. Bend your knees. Straighten your elbows. Lift your chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly come up to standing, reaching forward. Bring your palms together, your thumbs to heart center. Step your feet apart, wider than your hips, about as wide as your mat. Inhale, open your arms to a T with your palms facing the screen. Plant your hand on your thigh. Reach your opposite arm up and behind your head. Press your elbow backward and side bend, looking up. Inhale, open your arms to a T, palms facing down. And switch. Bring your arm down. Bring your hand behind your head. Lift your chin slightly. Press your elbow backward, side bend. This is a big stretch for your side body. Open your arms to a T. Turn your toes out. Bring your heels in and bend your knees. Bring your hands on your thighs. Lean forward. Straighten your elbows. Once you've got this position, relax your toes. You'll feel them wiggle. And turn your body, bringing your shoulder in. You may even hear a little crack as your back adjusts. Gaze over your shoulder. Inhale, center, and reverse. Look over your shoulder. Inhale, center. Coming up to horse pose, straighten your spine. This is a lot of work for your thighs and hips. Relax your toes. Open your arms to a T. Dig your elbows in. Straighten your legs, straighten your arms, press your arms backward, turn your palms toward the monitor. Take your hands behind your back, interlace them, straighten your elbows, gaze up. Open your arms to a T. Flip your palms up. As you bend your knees, bend your elbows. Inhale, open, flip, interlace, a little back bend here. Open to a T, flip your palms, bend your knees, bend your elbows. Let's do that one more time. Open, flip, interlace, a little back bend. Squeeze the floor between your feet. Open, flip, bend your knees, bend your elbows. Open up to five-pointed star, palms facing down. Turn your toes and bend your front knee. Adjust your arms. Sometimes when you look back, you can see that one arm's dropped. So adjust your arms so that they're parallel to the ground. To warrior two, gazing over your front fingertips. Holding warrior two, relax your toes. You'll feel the outside of your back foot sort of driving into the ground. So you'll feel a sense of groundedness through your feet, but an ethereal feeling coming up through the center, out your fingertips, nice and strong. Straighten your knee, turn your toes to face the front. Turn both toes to the other side. Bend your front knee. Adjust your feet so that you can see your front toes. Adjust your spine so that it is straight up and down. Warrior two is a wonderful pose for building strength in your shoulders and through your lower body. Gaze over your front fingertips. Straighten your leg. Turn your toes, building on warrior two, first side. Build it, adjust your arms accordingly. Make sure you can see your toenails. Straighten your front leg. Reach forward an inch for triangle. I like a high triangle for people with low back pain. So bringing your palm down to the inside of your thigh. Lift your opposite arm up. Bend your elbow. Hold your head. This is a nice way to open up the side body, but building strength in your quads, glutes, and the leg. Lift your heart. Press your elbow backward. Open up. Turn, warrior two, second side. Adjust so that you can see your toenails. Straighten your spine. Gaze over your fingertips. Spread your fingers, strong fingertips. Straighten your leg. Lift up through your chest, through the crown. Lean forward about an inch. Place the knuckles on the inside of your thigh. Lift your upper arm. Bend your elbow. Cradle your head. Press everything backward, maybe gazing up to your elbow. Open up your arms to a T. Turn your toes to face the front. Bring your heels in, toes out. Bend your elbows, bring your palms together. Staying in horse for a few moments, working on balance and strength. Begin to rock side to side. You may feel the burning happening. It's just your body's indication that it's getting stronger. Come center. Lift just one heel. And then lift the opposite heel. Lift both for balance if you want to practice. Otherwise, continue just lifting one and then the other. Little tiny pulses. Maybe closing your eyes. Welcoming the shaking that's happening. Bring both heels down and straighten your legs. Walk your feet together. Inhale, open your arms to a T, a little back bend as you gaze up. As you exhale, bring your palms together and rest in Samastitihi, equal standing pose. In your equal standing pose, close your eyes. Notice that your toes are light. Engage through your thighs and glutes. Tone your belly. Lift your heart. Relax your shoulders. A gentle tuck to your chin. Take a breath in. Open your arms wide. Gaze up. Forward fold. Exhale. Inhale halfway up. Palms on your thighs. Gaze up. Rocking backward on your heels. Forward fold. Exhale. Standing up one more time. And Samastitihi. Practicing Malasana or yogic squat. I do recommend a block if this is the first time you're practicing your yogic squat. Bring your feet out a little wider than your hips. Come down like you did in horse pose, but this time a little bit further. So, your hip opening may be different than mine. You can place a block underneath your tailbone to help support you. In your yogic squat, press your elbows into your knees. Squeeze your knees into your elbows. Bring your palms to prayer. Notice if your toes are gripping. If your heels are lifted, that's okay. Over time, your heels will drop as your Achilles tendon releases. You can rock side to side. Your body was made to be in this position, even though it may not feel like it at this time. But many cultures do sit like this for hours. Once you've held yogic squat for a few moments, bring your fingertips to the ground. Come to kneeling. So again, you can use your block, or you can sit back on your heels with your knees together. This is a pose that helps open up the fronts of the tops of your ankles, your shins. Curl your toes up like you're trying to grasp a sock. And release, wiggle your toes. I'll give you the side view for ankle opener. If you are on a block, sitting up high, just stay where you are. You're getting the same benefits. But you can always go deeper. Remembering to notice if this is painful for your body. If it is, then simply stop. Walk your fingertips back. Lift your heart. Lift your gaze. Maybe drop your gaze behind you. Tuck your chin, gazing forward. Lift your knees off the ground. You have the option to walk your fingertips forward. Again, squeeze your knees together. You can bring your palms to prayer and hold. This is an important stretch for you because throughout the day, as you walk or work, your ankle is in flexion, and this just places it in extension, helping to open up the muscles that are constantly contracting for your movement. Release, lean forward, come to hands and knees, and slap your feet on the ground. We call this Tantramasana. Tuck your toes, press your hips up, walk your dog to release all the tension. And as you walk your dog, bending one knee and then the other. As you press one heel down, lift your tailbone up, press your tailbone up, and you'll notice the stretch in your hamstring. Reverse, bend the opposite knee, lift your tailbone up as you press the heel down. This is excellent for anyone that is suffering from plantar fasciitis or has in the past. Runners, this is for you as well. Do that one more time each side. Finding a little bit more length through your hamstring. Come down to hands and knees. Press back to child's pose. This time, walk your hands backward. Rest your knuckles on the ground and breathe just a few moments. Walk your hands forward. One more cat-cow round.
And come to seated.
So wonderful seeing you today. The gift you've given yourself by coming to your mat and practicing. You can finish off your practice by bringing your palms together, rest your thumbs on your heart.